Alright, I'm finally live. That took forever. So I usually ping the live stream a few minutes before I go live. I've been ready to go live for the last... What time did I start it? 8:40. It's now 9:30. That took 50 minutes of compiling shaders. Did not expect it to take that long. Hello, Kebaba Kid and Victor. Hello. Is your name Tim? Because I know you've got a different handle on Discord. So you've got one name on Discord, one name that comes on YouTube. I don't know which name to call it. That took so long. 50 minutes. I could have literally probably gone down into my kitchen, cooked myself like a teriyaki chicken or something like that. In the time I could have literally prepared an entire meal for a family of 4 in the time that those shaders took to compile. Okay, I'll remember James. I'll just remember that Tim means James by like every time I see the name Tim, I'll just remember James. I don't really have an easy way of remembering that. But yeah, I'm sure that'll work. Sometimes one thing I learned when I was like studying for A levels is I'd come up with like mnemonics and ways to help remember things, which made absolutely no sense. And what I found out is the less sense they made, the more memorable they were, and it like actually helped me remember like stupid stuff for the exams. Can't remember now, but it worked at the time. Right. So new stuff. What have I been working on? Like, I haven't got much done. As I've been ill off work, so like 90% of my time has been spent asleep. Since the last update, though, I did manage to push an update. What date was that? The 8th. So let's just take a look now. Okay. Yeah, so so this one's inspired by a dream which I had this morning actually. As I was waking up, you know when you're like in that half awake, half asleep state, um, when you're in that half awake, half asleep state, you get like a kind of half dreams. I don't know, it's not like the proper dream you have in the middle of the night, but it's like those weird ones you get as you wake up. Uh, I dream I was driving around one of the towns and it had an ETA and a countdown at the top of the screen for when the tornado would hit, which the 2023 version kind of had as well. But it wasn't based on exactly where you would driven to. So I've added that. Uh, Also done some changing to the the timing of the damage. So since there's so many destructible pieces in a town, or a suburb or whatever you want to call it, wherever the houses are, they can't all break apart at once, otherwise the frame rate would tank, so that's limited. So there's kind of like a queue of buildings waiting to be destroyed. Did some optimization around that, so that it prioritizes those closer to the tornado. Enjoy yourself on holiday in Cyprus. Oh, well, enjoy that. Cyprus is really nice. We have much better weather than we are. Like, weather's pretty nice today in Newcastle. I think it was only like 16 or 18 degrees today. It's nice, but yeah, definitely not Cyprus nice. Yeah, what else did I do? Oh yeah, power lines. So I think it was Dubs on the Discord uh, said that why don't we have power lines to get additional power flashes? So I did that, and then um, also implemented different power flash profiles. So what we'd do is kind of choose a random profile for each power flash, and then some are like strobe effects, some are slow and bright, some have multiple flashes, some are just like a single pulse. There's a bunch of different flash profiles. And now what I'm using is something called a Poisson distribution. I'm not going to the statistics of it, but essentially before it just shows a random time between like 10 and 30 seconds to wait between power flashes. Now, the way it works is it samples from a random distribution, so you may get a cluster of power flashes followed by nothing for a while, but the mean time between power flashes will still be about 20 to 30 seconds. Also optimized the total camera a bit more. Did some fixes to the ETA, and there's also a siren icon above the siren now, just so new players know where to sound the siren. And I've also made it so that the career advances a day every time you exit the session. So whether you Alt F4 or you die or you go back to the main menu, it advances your career one day. So each time you play a day, it'll advance it. Or if you play past midnight, it'll advance it. If you play past midnight and then exit the game, you'll then advance 2 days. So yeah, those are the biggest changes. Let's just do career mode and see what happens. Oh, yeah, the dub speed arts, that was me. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion, because it's been suggested to have them only triggered by power lines, but that just means you're very rarely going to see power flashes, and I really like how they look. So yeah, it's like the best of both now. Plus the light source, you know if it's hitting power lines as well, because the light source emits from where the power line is. So you see multiple flashes from like outside the funnel, that's usually a sign that it's just hit like a row of power lines. And what's the top 14% of chasers? I think that seems decent. Look at that SRH, that's a lot of helicity. Right, so let's jump into the chase. Aye, from South Shields. It's hotter than Cyprus and South Shields. Whoa, that's definitely not something I would have expected to have happened. I've just realised I didn't run my Steam build. I guess we'll be doing keyboard and mouse for this session. I think, yeah, field of view 60. I thought it was a bit too zoomed in. There we go. 70. There's also been changes to the map algorithm. You might notice there's a lot more grids now. Looks like all the towns here have clustered at the bottom south edge of the map, so we need to keep an eye on that. Right, that's reflectivity. We've got any velocity. It's probably going to be heading east to west, so we're probably pretty good where we're sat right now. I think we'll just sit and watch it approach us. 30 Celsius in Bulgaria. Oh. Oh, so you really like the towns? Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the new updates and the new towns. I think adding houses has really added something to the game, especially the fact you can hide in them now, like shelter from tornadoes, and then you can look out the windows as everything gets torn up around you. I think that really adds just a new element to the game. Sorry I missed the update notes. Is the map saving load not been added yet? That's probably going to be in the next few days. Increase lighting frequency at night. Yeah, I'll need to figure out that. That should be easy enough to do. I've already got things which detect the time of day for triggering different logic. Like I need to turn down some of the ambient lighting and things at nighttime so that you can't see like a silhouette around the tornadoes. So I already adjust lighting in the game, and then there is already a parameter for changing the lightning frequency. So I just kind of need to tie the two together with code. Those little square road thingies. Oh, you're talking these ones? These are the new house tiles I've added. So there's actual houses on these. You can go inside them and you can shelter from tornadoes. So the house you're in will always be safe. If you step outside of it though, in the middle of a tornado, you're then not going to be safe. Once houses start to break apart, you can't enter them anymore. So you can only enter them before the tornado impacts. Yeah, so these are house tiles to complement trailer parks. So both of them need to be warned. Ran at 2 frames per second. If that's happening, if while the towns are hitting, it's going really slow, what you need to do is adjust your debris limit. I've got mine set to 400 just now. If you have that set too high for your hardware, yeah, it will slow down massively. Yeah, I've added little mini towns right now, but I do plan to add a variety of houses, because right now it's just it's the same house. What I want to do is make it randomized, so it'll be like a range of different houses. Maybe some of them will even be empty lots as well. Where is it? It's all the way over there. Wow, we've got... Let's see, where's the hook? Where's the hook? It looks like it's hooking a bit over there. Right, we've got some distance to go. If we go left past this cornfield and then right, let's continue on that way. Oh, should we try out the probe camera as well? Yeah, look, smooth as butter now. It does turn off the external camera, so that does get rid of a lot of the lag. Should I try and drive using just the probe camera? And also, it doesn't go into the corner anymore of the screen when you minimize it, which I found was ended up being more annoying than useful. Let's have disabled that. "2026 Poland High." Hello there. A lot of people in the stream very quickly, and probably also worth mentioning, I have a couple of offers to port the game to console. One of them is actually a Polish company as well, as you just reminded me. Plus, the COO of that company is a very big fan of outdoors things, especially fishing, but like things like hunting and just kind of like general like outdoors things. So I think this game is a good fit for that sort of thing. Alright, I don't know. Yeah, I think we can do an actual like interceptor style intercept. Let's drive into this thing. Doesn't look like it's fully condensed to the ground yet. Oh yeah, so yeah, the basement is modelled. The problem I have is because it sits on the terrain, Wait, is this heading towards town? I don't have I'd need to cut essentially a hole away from the terrain on those tiles. But because I've designed the map flat, I think the map's already at the minimum height it can be. So I'll have to figure out something there. I think there's an option in Unity to allow holes inside the terrain, so I may need to say yeah, there's just a gap here where the houses are. What's going to get more complicated is when I randomize it, because some houses have basements and others don't. Alright, this looks like it's intensifying quite quickly. As a company, I'm not going to mention the company yet until I've got a call booked with them tomorrow. Until I've actually had a chance to sit down and discuss terms and things with them. Yeah, I just don't want to mention anything prematurely. Yeah, so when I added those houses because they had basements, which is the annoying thing, and then when I went to test I realised that the terrain intersects it and you can't see the basement, so yeah, I need to figure out some way around that. Right, I think this is too strong. Oh wow, those power flashes there, yeah, it's definitely... I like the different patterns to the power flashes now. Feels a lot more realistic. Okay, we've just expanded the wind field. We need to do a quick deploy right about here. Whoa, that's the first time I think I've driven through lightning. It's responding to wind speed quite a bit. Should I just put on all the chemicals now and just see what it responds to? What I want to do as well, if we're driving near some power lines which are in the path of the tornado, we need to stop and then observe that they are actually triggering power flashes when those power lines blow over. Oh, nice strobe effect there. This is a pretty low precipitation cell, isn't it? It's giving us really nice views of the tornado. Alright, we need to find some power lines that are going to get broken. What is that? So I don't know if that I don't know if my microphone picked that up there. It sounds like a fighter jet or something's flying past overhead. Let's do quick recall. We're going to get ready for another intercept. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be really close. This is going to be too close. Right, I'm going to have to do a Bill Paxton style deployment here. Quick deploy, and now we need to get out of here. We're going to get overrun here. And please don't hunt right now. Right, power lines. Let's keep an eye out for power lines. Any towns we need to worry about? None yet. Looks like we're going to have to get onto this bit. Can we continue north and we'll head east here? I think the map's a lot more connected than the previous iteration of the map generator. Formation percent parameter. I think I'm going to have to, just because, yeah, I've been experimenting a lot on how to treat the tornado formation logic in the editor, and I'm still not 100% happy with it. So yeah, I think just a formation percent override would be the best thing. Oh, a lot of flashing there. So I'm just looking at my stream preview. Is it like a light grey overlay over the whole stream? Does it look like a really pale grey over the top of the screen, or is that just my preview that's messed up? Right, we're looking for power lines. Power lines, power lines, power lines, power lines. Looks fine. It must be my preview. Must be an issue with my preview. It's like when power lines are more difficult to find than the actual tornado. Let's do a quick recall. Oh, let's back up a bit. I think we're in the perfect spot for another deployment. Yeah, let's do a manual deployment just for the fun of it. Okay, things are getting a little bit sketchy. Right. Then I'm gonna escape east. Do you think, or north? No, I think escape north. Power lines, power lines, power lines. Where are the power lines? What's the, let's say to stop here. What does the probe camera see? Look how much more smooth this is now. Any power lines along there? No. Oh, it's changed direction. Do you think we can? Do you think we can beat it to the west here? I hope we can, because I'm kind of committed now. It's got multi-vortex as well. At least on the map it has. Can't see the sub-vortices just yet. Where are the power lines when you need them? So I'm trying my best to keep up with the chat. I'm gonna have to dodge some of this debris. Oh, that did 10% damage to our health there. Have power lines in towns? Yeah, that would make sense. It's weird, I seem to always see them until I specifically want to see a set of power lines, and now I can't see them anywhere. Oh, well, look at that. Is that a sub-vortex or horizontal vortex? Horizontal vortex. Just it's tilted so much it almost looked like a sub-vortex. I still need to have the feature which lets you ride cows to safety. Oh, the probe's right in the middle of it. Should see what the probe can see. Again, F6 strength winds. I saw F6 there for a second. F3, that's because it's in the middle of it. F3, F4, F3. Just flashed over there, we could see, zoom in, see if there's any power lines there. F2. Ooh, it's getting quite close to this trailer park. I don't want to use an EAS alert on just one trailer park though. We can try and race it there. Oh, here come the injuries. No, it's not the stream yet. I have noticed there's a bit of lag switching from probe camera back to normal camera. I'll need to have a look into that. I think I'll still push the update tonight. But yeah, I'll need to figure out what's... Oh, look out for those wild bales of hay. I have to have a look into it, see what's causing that, try and fix it for the next update. I guess that'll be version 25.1. Either 25.1 or 26, depending on and whether they introduce anything massively new between this and the next update. It's the probe camera now. It's at the edge of the funnel. This is where it's going to see the strongest winds. F5, F6, F6, F7. We'll see F8. F7 with 400 mile an hour winds. I don't even want to think what that would be like in real life. Are we in the path again? Yeah, slightly. Add light and frequency to the editor. It could. If you put that in the... So I know I'll forget between now and when I come to next work on the game. If you please put that in the game suggestions channel on Discord, just so it's written down somewhere that I can see. It'll help me remember next time I look for things to work on for the game. Whoa, what is that? What is that? I think it's a bit of like the metal like grid around the outside of the propane tanks. Okay, I think I may need to disable chemicals for a little bit. Oh, I could just polarize. Let's reverse polarize wind and actually start weakening it a bit, since it is getting a bit unwieldy and difficult to stay in a safe location. I don't want to go off the map, that's cheating. Let's just go off-road to safety. It is moving slow enough that we can off-road ourselves to safety more than likely. Oh, we've got to stay out of this F4 wind field though. Let's just head straight west. So I think we're pushing the limits of what our truck can handle at this point. I think what I'll do as well, let's disable the chemicals. Let's just prioritize weakening this. So the progress bar goes in reverse, and once it gets down to 0, there we go. So it's now decreasing the wind speed by a random amount. How wide is that thing? That's only 0.8 of a mile. That's not even a mile wide. It's a bit difficult to see from here. Try and get out of this dust so we can get a clear view of the funnel. What's the date in the game right now? 27th of March. I want to make sure that increments to 28th of March. Wow, look at that. The 27th of March 1990 fictitious F7 of central Iowa. So tuft of grass generated in the middle of the road. Oh yeah, there is one stretch of road somewhere where there's a little. I need to remember which one it is. Yeah, there's like a little one tuft of grass which just pokes through on one stretch of road. I need to figure out which one that is so that I can patch it. Yeah, let's just sit at a comfortable distance here and let's just watch it move off the map. I think what I'll do as well, let's try and speed it up a bit so it goes off the map a bit more quickly. So temperature, we'll polarize it. There we go. What's the probe experiencing right now? F1 wind, so yeah. It'll still be influencing it, though not massively. Almost looks like it's standing still. The 10 miles per hour ground speed is almost imperceptible. Oh yeah, I do want to add like a local area map, like a I do want to add a Newcastle map just so that I can do essentially my commute to work in game, but have tornadoes be there. So I think there's good variety in Newcastle. You've got the seaside. You've got dense city, you've got suburbs, you've got countryside, you've kind of got it all within like a few miles, so I wouldn't have to model a massive map either for all that. It's a shame I can't do what they did with, which ones of it, like Flight Simulator 2020, where you stream in actual locations of houses. So you could destroy your particular house in the game, but yeah. Problem with that is you then have to rely on like third-party services to always be available and always have map data, and then if they ever go down, then your game doesn't work anymore. But look, we've got a sub-vortex over there and another one or two over there, then a massive horizontal vortex there. There we go, we've weakened it again. Okay, we've got it back to normal now. It's plus 0%, so it's back to what it would have been otherwise. Gonna do a single import of map data. Well, it's more involved than just that, because it's not just the map data. Like, you need 3D models to represent everything. So yeah, for like the road network, I can import road networks. I've done it before, and going from like OpenStreetMaps into Unity Editor, the road network's like all broken. You have to manually fix like hundreds of bits of road. It's not a very smooth process. Assuming for like streaming, yeah, I don't know if you can rely on like an open source service like that for like a game. Because let's say the game gets really popular and we get like 10 times the number of players we have now. I don't think they'd be happy that I'm like hammering a free service to get map data. Then I then have to write. Uh oh. Right, what we're gonna do? I want to shelter inside a house, so we're gonna warn this town really quickly. One thing I've added as well, I want to check that it works in the towns. It's just a little icon above the... Yeah, I can see it. Just for everybody new to the game, they might not realise that that's where you raise the alarm, so it just kind of draws your attention to it. There it is there. So what we're going to do is sound this out. Oh, look, it stopped hunting. Yeah, it's dying out now. Yeah, the quayside could be an interesting one. I probably have to buy some boat models just so they can get ripped up. I'd also need to then buy like a model for each of the bridges across the Tyne. What would be cool, watching all like the glass panels on the Sage smash apart. So I think I kind of want to generate another map because there's nothing interesting happening in terms of towns. They've all generated around the very edge of the map. So let's analyze the data. How well did we do? What did we get there? 1.6 million. Okay, let's get some upgrades. Got some probe update. Radar image, that costs 700,000. How much have we got? 1.9 million. Okay, let's spend 700,000 on getting a slightly better radar image. Oh, wow, look at that hook. Got a proper inflow notch there. Other upgrades. We might as well update some of these. 2 point. I don't want to add weights to the truck yet until I've got the engine fully upgraded. Might as well upgrade that. Okay, well let's just check the advances. So we're 27th of March. So if I return to main menu, I just took a photo there in the main menu. That's weird. Go to career mode. It should be, yeah, it's automatically advanced to the 28th of March. So your career will now start progressing through the days. It wasn't until, it must have been from the amount of testing I've done and skipping days that I didn't realise that unless you skip a day, it doesn't actually advance the date forward any. What's his top 22% of chasers? I think we've got plenty of skips. Top 29, top 43, top 9. And then there's plenty of towns and things and trailer parks dotted throughout the map. Key might be the most confusing spelling ever, yeah. Definitely isn't pronounced how it looks. Let me just check everything. Ultra 12, VSync disabled. Yeah. Just watch this thing form. Let's get reflectivity up there. Okay, this is probably going to move towards us. I see what we're looking at here. So I think that little tuft there is that, and then that's where the main hail core is. Yeah, it does look like it's moving towards us. Let's see, can we get velocity up? No, nothing shown on velocity yet, but it does look like it's moving this way. I guess that's one benefit of having the radar update frequency much higher. It's more easy to tell which direction everything's moving. Yeah, it looks like, to me, what's that? East-southeast? So depending on where the tornado forms, we may need to warn some town. So it's going here, so this town here. So let's race to this town here. It looks like it may miss, but we don't want to risk it. I also don't want to use an AS up just for one town. So let's follow this road east and then north and then right and then left. Right. East and then north. You can see the wall cloud. Have that flat anvil top. Yeah, I need to add that. I still haven't figured out the best way of doing it. East and then north and then right and then left. Then we need to keep our eyes out for power lines so we can check that the power flashes are working as intended. Like I have seen from a distance, power flashes like emanating from outside the funnel, so they definitely are triggering it. I just want to see what it looks like up close. I've only seen it from a distance. We've got a nice inflow tail feeding right into that wall cloud there. Look at that. Actually, it does look like it's going to pass quite close to this town, so yeah, let's warn this town. Preferably shelter if we can. I really want to try out sheltering. Oops. On a stream. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to hook around this area here. Supercell uses the same rendering as a Mega Wedge. The problem is the tornadoes are at a higher resolution because the volume they're rendered inside of is smaller, whereas the size of the Supercell by comparison is much bigger. Means I can't render something that size at the same resolution as the Mega Wedge, otherwise it would kill the frames per second. But I could do those. Let's bump up. Cell quality got set to medium. Why have I set that to ultra as well? Is it going to put anything down? I think this is a light precipitation, like a low precipitation. Oh, we've got something kicking up there. We're starting to get a bit of an inflow notch here. This definitely looks like where the hook's forming. Yeah, also, in case anybody hasn't figured it out, to get up the stairs, it's helpful if you sprint and hop in the air, like use the jump. So spacebar, use the spacebar to hop up the first few steps, and you'll be able to get up all right. I do need to add the interior of the house, but I need to be clever about it. I can't load the interior on every house because there's no need for that. What I need to do is it already detects if you're inside a building or not. So essentially, if you're standing outside the door, it needs... So when you stand outside and click open door, it essentially needs to load the inside of the house. This is where the basement would be. Oh yeah, that's definitely the hook. Look at that notch. You can hear it. Stand out on the porch. So I guess this is a nice little secret insider bit of information for people who are watching the stream. You are actually safe standing on the porch. Only this porch, not the side porch. Not here, don't go outside here, even though it's undercover, you're not safe there. But where I've put the detection for whether you're inside the house or not is actually here. So you, at least, even during a really violent tornado, as long as you're on the porch, you can watch everything unravel. Even though it's only 37, 38 mile an hour winds just now, so we are quite safe. Wow, that's close. Is it moving this way? No, it's going to pass to our south. What's it moving towards? Okay, there's a whole cluster of towns over here. Right, we need to get over there then. Let's stop faffing around here. I'll be polite. I'll close the door after myself. Let's close the tailgate. We need to beat it over there. And hopefully it doesn't hunt. There's a lot. I've bumped up the frequency of these cross intersections. It's definitely made a difference to how easy the map is to navigate now. Yeah, let's go right. We're going to be a bit close to the tornado. Our safety margin's going to reduce a bit. Wow, look at that. But it's also going to get us towards those towns a lot quicker. So I'll follow this road all the way around. Right. All we have to do is like the please don't hunt chant. Where it says please don't hunt, please don't hunt, please don't hunt, please don't hunt, please don't hunt. It's heading straight for those. I think I'm going to disable chemicals for this run. I don't think making the tornado stronger is going to be a particularly good thing for us right now. Actually, I'm not going to disable chemicals. I'm going to do temperature. Reduces ground speed, yeah. That's what we want. Do you want to try and slow them down a bit? I still don't feel like I've seen any power lines. A nice cone tornado there. The debris cloud's a bit disproportionate in size, but I still like how it looks. It's starting to go a bit rain wrapped now. Hello, Real Smith. Thanks for joining. Oops, keep going off the road. Come on, we've got it. So you just joined. Yeah, I'm feeling better now. So yeah, I'll be going back to work tomorrow. So well, I'm feeling well enough for work, so I can do a stream as well. Let's try and do a deployment right down here. So if you just joined, we're trying to warn these towns and these trailer parks before the tornado gets to them. I'm also about to drop a probe with just the chemicals to slow the tornado down. So that needs to be right around here, and then oops, that's it, then you put caps lock on. Right. Oh wait, look, there is actually power lines there. Look, there are power lines there, they are. Yeah, look, it's hitting a whole row of power lines. Right, let's raise the alarm. Oh yeah, look, tornado ETA 37 seconds. That's not much of a lead time, but it's the best we could do given the situation. Have I got hunt enabled? Yeah. Right, we need to warn this town. I wonder if the fastest thing here is to just go off-road. If we build up enough speed, we're doing 112 miles an hour. If we build up enough speed, we can just... Oh wait, no, there's a fence. Never mind. because what I was saying is if you build up enough speed, your speed and momentum can carry you quite a long way along the off-road section. But not if you crash into a fence and lose all your speed. Oh, it's starting to impact the trailer park. Yeah, you seen all that debris? Alright, let's won this town as well. We'll take shelter too. Just realised I missed the town there. I thought it was on this section. Actually, this town looks safe. It's these towns down here which aren't safe. Let's follow this around. Wow, that's a beast. Look at that. Yeah, so it's not the interceptometer, it'll pop up if you're on a town tile and there's a tornado heading towards it, it'll tell you how long you've got till that town gets impacted. So not quite the same as an interceptometer, but kind of works in a similar way. It's because I had a dream about playing the game and it had that feature in it. So I decided first thing this morning as soon as I woke up to add it to the game. So you should see an ETA once we get on here. Yeah, 58 seconds, 57 seconds. I've also updated the siren model so it's not those massive Nintendo 64 looking sirens. It's an actual detailed model. Look if I zoom in. It's got like wires and coils and all sorts. They've just added that icon above so people can find it easily. Just gonna hide the hood. I'm gonna probably clip this section, so I'm just gonna stop talking for a minute and just watch this approach. Looks like we're going to take a direct hit here. Oh, there go those houses. I'm glad I was able to instill some nostalgia in you with the 2023 version. Those old sirens. Yeah, I really didn't like how they looked. So yeah, I spent a bit of money on getting a high quality model. Oh, I think we're like in the tornado here. We're in like the strongest section of wind here. I bet the houses beside us aren't doing too well. Managed to hang in there. Something's breaking apart, I can hear it. We're probably safe to step outside now and take a look. If I run straight to the vehicle. Look, that house is breaking apart already. Oh wow, it's actually done a fair bit of damage to a lot of this neighbourhood. So once this goes off the map, I unfortunately will have to end the stream. I had to start almost an hour later than I expected, and I want to be well rested before I return to work tomorrow. Dose is jumping up and down there. Some weird physics going on there. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll end the stream once this has gone off the map and dissipated, and then I'll push this update, and then I'll get myself ready for work in the morning. Make myself sandwiches and all that good stuff. Like, should I set some sparks flying? Some of these send off sparks, some don't. Still some power flashes in there. I can't remember what the chances are. I think it's like 1 in 5 chance. There we go. So can we get one more set of sparks coming out? Yeah, we can. There we go. Right, well, I still think we probably got some data on that one. Not a lot, 120 F1 samples of temperature, so we're going to get like, what, $120? Yeah. Any more upgrades that we can get? No, not just now. So yeah, thank you. Sorry, this is a shorter one compared to normal. Even though then again, I've still almost done an hour. I did want to do longer than that, but the game took almost an hour to compile before doing the stream. So yeah, I think that's all the major new things. We've got a bit more optimization to the destruction of the towns. Probe camera is definitely a lot more optimized now. Disable the main camera whenever using the probe camera, just to avoid everything. I do need to see what's going on with that little stutter between probe camera and main camera. Damage is optimized, and the advancing logic's also fixed as well, so each time you exit out it should be a new day. So we're 31st of March here, so it should be April Fool's Day when we go back to the thing. Oh, just realised the mouse disappeared. Don't know what happened there. So if I go career mode, it should be 1st of April. Yeah, so now we can actually advance across the season now. So yeah, so version 0.25.0 will be again released in the next 10 minutes or so. My signature sandwich. Right now, I'll tell you, right now I'm having a sesame seed bagel with Branston like pickle spread and Leerdammer cheese. That's my go-to snack right now for work. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream now. Everybody have a brilliant night. Yeah, and good night, Dad. I'll be seeing you in a couple of days. So yeah, everybody have a brilliant day. I'll sign out, push this update, and let me know what you think of the update, either on Discord or on the comments thing under the thing that Steam publishes. So yeah, I'm signing out now. All have a brilliant time.